Hello and good afternoon. My name is Billy Nicholson and I'm one of the Creative Industries team of lecturers at East Durham College. Thank you very much for joining me on May the 4th for this interactive presentation. What we would like you to do would be for you to ask us any questions and we will try to answer them. We live in very strange times, and normally at this part of the year you'd be invited into the college to join us for a presentation. So because that's not possible because of COVID-19, we would like to give you the opportunity to ask us some questions, to let you see the department and how it works, and hopefully the other lecturers and myself who are here will try and answer any questions which you have on the subject. So if you want to communicate with us, there's a couple of options. You can send us an email at boxoffice@eastdurham.ac.uk. That's a really useful email to have, even if you don't want to ask us questions, because you may want to buy tickets when our theatre reopens at some point. So boxoffice@eastdurham.ac.uk is a really good point of contact. And the other way that you can communicate with us and get comments and reactions is by logging into YouTube. And that way you'll be able to comment upon the things that you've seen. I may have left some information out that you want to ask some more questions about. So boxoffice@eastdurham.ac.uk and YouTube are the two best methods for communicating. You could also run outside my house and shout at the window, because that may work, but you may be driven away by the neighbours. So how is it going to work? Well, the structure for today's event is that we will begin with a video, and this is going to be a video tour of the department. Because you can't get in and because I could describe stuff how it works, we've produced a little video so you can see the department and its use. Then we're going to have a little video about the art department, because we didn't have time to actually get footage of them on the guided tour because we ran out of time. Then we're going to give some information about the courses. We're going to talk a little bit about trips and visits. I'm going to show you some video from the Holland trip, and we're going to talk about the work experience opportunities. We'll also be looking at the dance academy opportunities within the college as well. So that's going to be the structure, and as you can see that the first part of this is a video tour, so we may as well set off on the tour. So that was a video of the college and its facilities. It makes me quite sad actually watching that, but we will be back. Had a really interesting question from Leanne Davies. Leanne asked that that she she has been offered a conditional place, but she's not really sure what that means. Well, my colleague Amanda has provided the answer. The way it works is that your place at college is conditional upon like sort of an initial induction week. And what we do is an initial induction period, and this lasts about 6 weeks at the start of the term to make sure that you're happy with the course and that you're happy with the way that we're teaching and our approach. But it's also for us to make sure that you are working at the appropriate level. Like what we want to do is we want to make sure that you achieve to your maximum ability, and in order to do that we have to make sure that you are on the right course at the right time. We have plateaus of learning, and sometimes we find things easier, sometimes we find things more difficult, so we've got to make sure that everybody is on the right course at the right time for their development. Okay, so that was a tour of the creative industry department, but it was missing a really important part of the area, which is the art department. And I've got some a little video clip which contains pictures of the art room, but also some pictures of the types of activities which the art students get up to. So I'll just bring that now. And the picture of Van Gogh wasn't actually in the department. That was in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. We didn't steal it. And that trip was part of our rich program of curriculum and educational opportunities and visits. The course allows us to explore lots of different ways of learning, and that's true for all of the disciplines which we're going to be looking at. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of course information. I'm going to begin with some information about the Level 2 Media course. Okay, and I'm just going to bring some text up so you can have a read through that. So anyone who's interested in media, I believe that my colleague Suzanne Martin is also online if you have any questions to her, and if she can't answer them, I'll have a go as well. So this is the entry requirements to do Level 2 Media at Durham College, and it gives you some examples of the units which are covered, and it also explains a little bit about the range of like sort of activities that you'll be involved with. So last year we had people filming at West Park Primary. We also had people doing live radio shows for Radio Hartlepool over the Christmas period. We had people shooting videos, promotional videos for dance companies, working on multi-camera shoots for the Christmas pantomime. So a very rich and vibrant program of activity. And next we will have a look at the level 3. This is going to be a new qualification which we're introducing next in September, and the UAL qualification is heavily focused on projects, which seems to suit at the way our learners like to work, and also it gives us an opportunity to take advantage of the many opportunities which are available for real world working experience in our area. So you'll be studying TV, radio, film, print, animation, visual effects and photography. One of the exciting things about the qualifications is that we can look at the things which you're interested in, and we can utilize the skills which you have, and we can develop them and we can enhance them, and we can take your enthusiasm and make it into something which will earn you money, or will take you to the next level of learning, which will be either university or apprenticeships, depending on how you want to proceed. So next we're going to have a look at performing arts. So performing arts is at level 2, is broken up into subject specialisms of dance, drama, music and production, technical production. One of the things that we constantly get asked for is people with technical expertise. So there is a huge shortfall within our sector. CC Skills, who is the trade body for the creative sector, predicts a massive shortfall in all of the arts areas, particularly with technical production. So there will always be a requirement for you to do some technical skills, whether it's setting up for your own performance, like setting up a PA system, building the stage. We think that it's really important to learn those skills because there's lots of employment opportunities available for you to exploit those and to monetize your skills. Yep. So, and after studying at level 2, you can then progress on to level 3. Again, we are very excited to be doing the UAL program, and it is 100% assessed, internal assessment, and so it means that you'll just be working within the college and you'll be being assessed on the practical activity that you do. And the range includes organising a tour, which I'm very excited about. I like the idea of taking a production in a van and then having to sort out the accommodation and taking it round places. Sounds to me to be heaven. So that's the performing arts information. If you have any questions, please just fire away and we will attempt to answer them. Now we're going to move on to the information about the art department. And Kirsty is online. Kirsty is one of our art and design lecturers, and she's here to help if you have any questions about the qualifications which the art department is doing. Now the art department are staying on the Oxford and Cambridge technical art and design qualification, which we love, and it has a full range of units that range from painting, printing, sculpture, photography, fashion, animation. It's a very rich program, and it gives you lots of opportunities to explore and develop your creativity. Music. Here's some pictures of our students at a festival in Lancaster. It was I think the Lancaster Jazz Festival. So at level 2, the level 2 performing arts brackets music is part of the qualification which I mentioned earlier within the performing arts suite. And that will cover such things as your technical skills development, so learn to play your instruments. It will involve you looking at ways in which you can actually get money from being an artist. It will also look at ways in which you can play together as a musical ensemble. It'll look at the historical context of the songs that you love, like, so where did they come from? How did it come to be that this song exists? So being able to track back through history and the different cultural events really makes you a better musician, because then when you come to create something, you can draw from some of the wonderful innovations that have happened in the past. And we get external people in, so we run a series of music events. The picture shows an amazing ensemble called Lander Mason, and they were supposed to be playing, but things have been affected because of the virus. But the theatre will resume and they will be back. So level 3, again, it's a project heavy course. So the way you learn will be built around a series of projects during the academic year, and we will be identified, like during the initial skills audit period of the course, we'll work out exactly where you need to develop your technical skills, and then there will be these series of projects during the academic year which you will work towards in order to actually get to the level that you deserve to be at. So there will be lots of independent learning, and there will be lots of working as a team. My colleague Emma has just informed me that Lander Mason are in fact booked for October. So fingers crossed, we hope that they will be back, and you will be involved in the running of that event, in making it happen. So performing arts and like all creative students will be involved. So we'll have some people doing the technical setup, we have people doing the video recording, some people will be doing the front of house management. So it's really worth having a look at what they're doing. Emma's put a link, actually, don't go yet, but make a note of it, www.landermason, because they really are exceptional musicians. So Lander Mason is a tip for the top. As this proceeds, I slip into rather cheesy radio DJ mode. I brought up a picture of creative industry students as the pit band. One of the things which the musicians do is that you will work as a pit band during the course of the pantomime, but more of that later. Everything that I'm showing you at the moment, this whole webcast thing, is going to be available for you to access on this site. So if you have any further questions, if you just post it, and that we'll respond to it. And I think that we're going to be doing more of this kind of thing as it goes on. So next I'd like to talk about the Dance Academy. Nadine, who is in charge of the Dance Academy, is online at the moment. So if you have any specific questions, dance related, because I'm not particularly good at dance, but there are lots of people within the department who would be able to advise you and give you some information. So what about the Dance Academy? The Dance Academy is open to all students within the college, so it's not just students within the Creative Industries department, and you will have the opportunity to develop your ballet skills, your jazz, your contemporary, your modern. You'll get the opportunity to perform in showcases at the Dome Gala Theatre. You'll also be involved in the numerous performance events and opportunities that come up as part of our creative industries team throughout the year. So you will perform at events. You'll take part in performances and productions. You will have the chance to perform on board a ferry. Normally we go via Newcastle, and the last couple of years, but it doesn't actually give us the opportunity to perform on the boat. But I think that this year we're thinking about actually doing something by going via Newcastle to not Newcastle, to Hull to Rotterdam. Okay, so there was a nice question, which was, how do I apply to the Dance Academy? And Nadine has said that no applying is needed. Everyone is welcome, and Nadine's going to be around on the first day to pass around a rough timetable. So if you have a desire to dance, and why not? We should all be dancing. Then during the first week at college, there will be the opportunity for you to be to come along and participate in some sessions so that you can see what it's like and to sign up for it. Okay. Next, I wanted to just play you a little bit of a video sequence. I mentioned at the start about the work experience opportunities at the college, and one of the a big part of that is we do a large scale community pantomime. It's done over 5 days. You'll do about 10 performances. We will drive you into the floor, but by the end of it, you will have come on as a performer so much. You'll be exhausted and you'll sleep for a couple of days after it. And that would be, you're performing to about 2,200 people. And I'm just going to show you a little montage of our last pantomime which we did, which was the ice cream. So that was some of the footage from our pantomime. Susie Martin, our lecturer, says, "Look forward to seeing you all in September. Stay safe, stay home." And I think that's a sentiment which all of the creative industries team would like to express to you. Just stay safe and look after your loved ones, because that's the really important thing. This will pass. It certainly will. So I've talked about the pantomime, and one of the cool things about the pantomime is that the money from the pantomime gets put into a pot. It's a It's called a fenced uh, budget, and that means that whenever we make any money, it goes into a pot, and then we can use it to subsidise our trips and visits. And it means that we can um, take you to places. We just had a very interesting message from Caitlin Costello. She's only here so she can look at the pictures, and it's making her sad. We're missing you, Caitlin, but we will be back. We promise. Just stay safe and look after your family. And once this is done, we'll all get back and we'll do some more shows. Yeah. So, um, so I'm just going to play a little bit of the Holland trip so that you can see what it's like. It's really stressful for us to take you on the trip. I know that me and my colleagues, Andrew Simpson and Kirsty and Susie, we find it tremendously stressful, but we think that it's um, a really valuable opportunity for you to understand the sort of the fatigue that goes with being a performer, and how exhausting it can be. So we're going to do the Holland trip, um, and it looks a bit like this. So that video was taken during a particularly rough crossing. It was like sort of Storm Force 12. I think it was actually Storm Force 10. And everybody was being really ill, which was a horrible experience if you were one of the people being ill, but really amusing if you weren't. So the Holland trip will either be around about the Christmas period, or it will be towards the end of the academic year. We're not sure. COVID-19 will dictate the location of that, I think. Um, so that is the Holland trip, and then all that remains is for me to give you some more additional information, which I'm required to do by the college. So the cash reward scheme for students from households with an income of £25,000 or below. You will get up to £360 for the academic year, paid at £10 per week. This is a really good way of putting money towards trips. So we subsidise the trip, but we still need you to make a contribution. Unless, of course, you can't, and then we have to have a conversation to see how we can work out methods by which we can get you to earn some money. So there is that opportunity, and you can get up to £100 if your family earn more than that. So that payment is subject to your attendance and your behaviour, and one of the really frustrating things about what has happened is that this year we had really brilliant students, and like it was a bit frustrating because it, the year stopped, and there was going to be such brilliant performance work being done. But come September, hopefully we'll be back and we'll start again. So if you've got any other inquiries, oh, there is a bus thing, but I seem to have missed it. If you like any more information about our courses, college life, anything like that, we're going to ask you to go to contact the college directly or go to their website. So there's some key telephone numbers and email addresses there. So inquiries@eastdurham.ac.uk. And if you go to the college website, which is at www.edc.ac.uk, it will actually, we would hope, bring you up to the college webpage where you can actually see the opportunity to chat to people. But we're chatting now, aren't we? Well, I'm chatting to a screen, but that's cool. So, if you want to enroll, if you want to find out more information, if you go to www.edc, and there is a chat function there. Otherwise, if you want, you can just post some questions onto this page or the box office at eastdurham.ac.uk, and we will endeavour to answer them. So I've overrun by 5 minutes. Thank you very much for taking the time away from Disney Plus. I think that's where I'm going next. So thank you very much for taking this time to participate in this extravaganza. My name was Billy Nicholson, and this is the end of our virtual interactive extravaganza. Bum, 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 bum.